All right, guys, I'm back. Noah and Hill, I had to kick him out of my office. All right, so you guys got the so you got all your keywords figured out. So when you start, so my one of my tips is when you start doing all your keyword research and you're getting like you're not getting any good hits and or you're getting like zero volume and things of that nature, it's because you're not very specific and you're so you want to make sure you go back to that list that I was telling you about in the beginning of the video and make sure that you break it down even further. So you might be sometimes if you're too specific and it's sort of narrow on the narrow side, you can kind of be a little bit more general just to get even a better idea, to get some, because the keywords that's going to be generated will even give you more ideas, right? So you don't really need much help in terms of that aspect of the breaking it down further. What you need help with is what to do with it, right? What to do with when you do find the good keywords, right? If you just remember the rule that I told you, just don't focus on high competing keywords. So don't waste your time with anything that's highly competitive, even if it's generating crazy numbers. It's not worth it, especially when you're new. Before you gain an authority, domain authority, you might be better off even going with the really low competitive keywords, even if it's getting 100 or I'll say the minimum. Go for the ones that are getting at least 500, right? 100 is okay. It will help you to. You can start with the low hanging fruit hundreds, and then once you get a few keywords into your strategy, you can start working your way up to the higher high volume keywords, right? Okay, so let's say you did your research, you were able to get some a decent amount of keywords. There's no limits to amount of keywords that you can use. Just use as many as you do as much research and use as many as you can associated with your content. But the most important thing is do not use more than keyword per content. So if you're creating a post, if you're creating a blog, you're creating a page, whatever it is that you're doing, do not use more than one keyword per content. Okay, that's very, very important. All right. So now that you found your keyword, go to Google and put that keyword into quotation mark. Right. It doesn't matter what you get from Keyword Planner. Double check it with Google, because Keyword Planner is not always very it's not always updated. So whatever information that's being generated from Google, based off of Google Planner, might be outdated information. So when you make a list of those keywords, go back to Google and check every single one of them and put them in quotation marks in the search bar, and make sure that that keyword is not doesn't have more than 500,000 competing websites. So whatever, I don't care how good the keyword is, it's generating high volume traffic, low competition. You got a list of 10 of those golden nuggets. Go back and check every single one of them. Put each of that keyword phrase into the Google search, put it in quotation mark, and then right after you hit search, right underneath that, you're going to see you're going to see how many web pages are competing for that same keyword phrase. And make sure, no matter what it is, it's under 500,000. Okay, if you see any, if you put in quotation marks, you hit search, it's getting over 500,000, don't waste your time. I don't care how good that keyword is. Okay, now a good keyword is considered something that generates high volume and low competition, right? Anything medium and below. that's considered good. But it's only going to be good after you go back to Google search and you find that it has less than 500,000 web pages. So there's really 3 factors that you want to check. First is high volume or medium, low volume. It's not that important. The volume is not important as long as it's more than 100, right? 100. And then the second thing that's important is make sure that it's medium to low competition. And then third thing is you got to make sure there's less than 500 web pages that are competing for that same keyword phrase. Okay? All right, so once you get that done, once you have that, then we're going to go over to my guy Neil Patel. Neil Patel is a beast, guys. That dude, he knows his stuff, man. I'm telling you. He knows his stuff. So go head on over to neilpatel.com, and he has a tool in his website. It's called Ubersuggest, and go ahead and bookmark that, because you're gonna need that. All right. So remember when I was telling you guys about using you want to do a competitor research? That's actually part of keyword research strategy. Is you got to analyze your competition, right? So I would pick like maybe 5 of the best that's in doing the exact same thing that you're doing, but just on a whole nother level, a higher level. Like I'm talking about an established business, a business that's already proven and successful and doing their thing. And then you want to plug that into Ubersuggest and do that one by one. And you want to analyze their stats, right? You want to look at, okay, what type of keywords are they generating? You want to see where their blogs are indexed at, right? You want to see where their backlinks are coming from, right? So make a list of all those, right? And make a list of every single thing that you see that is getting them real attention, right? So when you, that's what Ubersuggest is really good for. That it's going to give you some really important information. It's going to give you backlink information. It's going to give you the amount of keywords that they amassed over time, and it's also going to give you their page ranking. I believe this is one of the few times that I wish I had a computer, because I could actually show you all these things. But if you can remember, I will if you can remember, sorry, I got distracted. There's somebody walking around in front of me. But anyway, yeah, when you go to Neil Patel, right, Ubersuggest, it's going to give you the keywords. It's going to give you, I believe, the page ranking too, like their authority. So basically how search engine views them in terms of like their domain authority. It's going to give you a number, and that number basically tells you how credible they are. The higher the better. And that number, you can't control that number. That number is what the search engine assigns to you. But what you can do is by increasing your marketing effort, so by creating more content, getting more keywords into your strategy, posting more keywords, and getting more backlinks, the higher your number is going to be, which is your domain authority. Back in the day, it used to be called page ranking, but page ranking is no longer like a relevant factor. What they call it now is domain authority. It's DA, right? So if you could get backlinks from DAs that have like 6 and above, I mean, if you can get a website that has a DA of 9 to like mention you, just one of those could be so significant. I mean, one mention could literally put you on the first page. It's that important, but it's extremely difficult. I mean, imagine like somebody like Amazon, to mention you, right? Or like CNN, or somebody with high domain authority. The places that have the highest domain authority are like government websites, newspaper agencies, like YouTube and Facebook. But just posting on YouTube or Facebook is not going to give you a high domain authority. It's only when you do it consistently and you get a certain number of likes and shares and comments and it goes viral, that's when it's gonna matter. But just posting a web page that just disappears into the abyss is not gonna make any. It's gonna make a little dent, but if you really want that real dent, you want somebody like that, somebody with a high domain authority to mention you. And to be honest, when you're out there and you're consistent, it's gonna be a time, when you create something of value, something of quality, there's gonna be a time where somebody with a high domain authority is gonna share your content, right? Universities are high domain authority. Anything with .gov, .edu, is instant credibility, right? So if you like really put in some time and effort and create something of value, and universities take notice of it, or a news channel picks it up, I mean, that could really skyrocket your ranking, right? And that's how even like music artists and things like that get famous, right? Because once if you create something really cool and a news agency picks it up, that's how people get viral. They only get viral if like a high domain authority notices it, right? So if you, by being frequent, just posting and creating content, you increase the likelihood of it being picked up by a high domain authority website. Okay, so but anyway, going to Ubersuggest is gonna help you see where you're at, and you can measure yourself up against your competition. So let's say you're competing against Walmart, right? You just started an e-commerce shop, right? You just started an e-commerce shop, and Walmart is getting 1 million backlinks, and they have 500,000 keywords, right? And their domain authority is a 9. So you can plug in your website and you can see, oh, I have 0 backlinks. I have 1. My domain authority is 0. I only have 3 keywords. So now you know how much work you have to put in, right? Obviously, Walmart, it took them, probably decades, right, to get all that kind of traction online. So if you are consistent and you stay with it, who knows what's gonna happen, right? You never know, because Kmart used to be awesome, right? But now Walmart took over, right? So no, you never know. Okay, so as far as keyword research for SEO is concerned, I pretty much cover like the most important things that you want to consider, right, when you're implementing your marketing strategy. As long as you follow these steps, you will be successful. I've done this so many times. I've been in the SEO game since 2012. I have so many websites that rank number 1. I've helped a lot of clients, all the way from like mechanics to dentists to psychologists to whatever, e-commerce, musicians. I've been doing this for a while, and I'm telling you, this stuff works, So anyway, guys, I'm gonna end it here. If you have any questions, leave a comment. If there's any videos or if there's anything else you want to elaborate, drop it down in the comments section. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and look out for more videos. All right, later.